We at Hope for Justice absolutely love Young Living. It was only a few years ago that I stood on a platform with Gary and we shared a powerful moment that reinforced this special relationship. I'm so humbled by Mary's, by Jared's, and by Greg's support over the years, and much more recently Jackie's as well. We're so thrilled to be partnered with Young Living Foundation. The overwhelming commitment of Young Living members is both helping us to resource this dream of living in a world free from slavery and practically making it a reality. You know, one of the members of Young Living heard about a suspected case of human trafficking a few months ago and bravely reported it through to Hope for Justice. Being able to spot the signs of modern day slavery is something that everyone can do, and in this case, it's been an integral part to setting people free from slavery. Our investigators in America began looking into the information that had been provided. The evidence helped us to identify a number of children, all under the age of 18, all of whom have been sexually abused by men, abused in unspeakable ways. The information that you shared also helped us to identify a further 8 victims of sexual exploitation. Thanks to Young Living Foundation, these victims are getting the vital help and support that they need here in the United States. And right now, our team are working with the FBI and local enforcement on this case, so we're not able to share about the active investigation, but we are doing everything possible to ensure that those responsible are brought to justice. I want to emphasize that you really are making freedom possible. You are sending out waves of hope, and we're so thrilled to be working with Young Living. I want to share with you a thought, if I can, today, because many of you may believe that you aren't making a difference. You may believe that you aren't bringing an end to exploitation. You aren't bringing freedom to the captives. I love the saying that no one raindrop ever felt responsible for the flood. There's something so powerful about that saying, because people don't often think that they're making a difference. But when every single raindrop and every single person decides to fight injustice, decides to give of $1, decides to take a stand against slavery, those raindrops contribute to a flood, to a tsunami that's bringing hope, life, and freedom. When we, the people, decide to be the change we want to see in the world, then suddenly raindrops become an unhampered, unbeatable, untamable, unstoppable flood that breaks down every single wall of oppression and fear and brings life and light and hope to the darkest of places. A few months ago, I was in Uganda. And while I was there, I heard about a 3-month-old baby who he had just rescued from horrendous exploitation. This baby girl had been sexually abused by men. And so awful was that abuse that the child had to undergo reconstructive surgery for which you paid for. We rescued this baby and her mother, who was just 14 years old. This child, well, her name is Adia, was born into exploitation. Her mother was a victim of child sexual exploitation. And thankfully our team was there. And thankfully they knew what to do. And thankfully they were able to get Adia and her mother safely to one of our lighthouses. Her mother told our team, "I'm so thankful I'm not alone." Thankfully, someone decided to give hope. And that one raindrop has meant that that mother and her daughter are now safe. Young Living has made freedom possible for this family. And they are receiving care, support and love, and they have been given residential treatment, medical care and help to rebuild their lives. Adia has been profoundly affected by the evil and tyranny that we know exists within our world. But she's also been profoundly impacted by the good that Young Living has done. Because you decided to stand shoulder to shoulder with us. Because you decided to do something extraordinary with your life. Because of you, this person is going to live in hope. This person is going to live uncontrolled, unhindered, unchained. Adia and her mother will live in freedom. I want to ask you today whether you could make this possible, not just for one, but for everyone trapped in slavery. Every child that without access to education, every mother that is struggling to provide for her children. You see, we want to live in a world where every man, woman and child lives in freedom. We're sending out waves of hope, which are starting here on our doorsteps, but rippling out through our streets and gathering momentum. I'm asking you for a bold decision today to join with us so that we can live in a world free from slavery. I'm asking you whether you can give by texting B1 to 91011 and give the gift of freedom, the gift of education, the gift of stability for a mother. B1 for someone today. I'm not sure how much you can give. I'm not sure how much you can sacrifice, but wouldn't it be awesome if we doubled our efforts, tripled our efforts, because we believe that justice is non-negotiable and that freedom is worth the fight. And at Hope for Justice and Young Living Foundation, we refuse to abandon the least, the last and the lost. Can you be one for someone? And those raindrops together create a flood. When you donate, when you give, when you sow, you're creating that flood. 100% of what you give today goes directly to protecting and empowering the world's young. You today can make that happen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.